Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Welcome back to Midnight Madness. This is going to be all over the place. I'm kind of enjoying this series because I could just do whatever, talk about whatever. It doesn't have to be movies. I do want to bring Movie Madness back, but honestly, it's like whenever I get time. I'm a working man. Whenever I have time, but this is just random on-the-thought stuff. I'm going to show you, this is my scorpion mask. It's pretty cool. I like it. It is hard to hear, though. It's hard for you guys to hear through it. And I'm going to try another one out here in just a second. Here's what it looks like with the hood off. I'll drop my mic. Here's kind of like my Deadpool Jason mask. And I can't see a damn thing. Tell me if it looks cool. You could probably hear me a lot better. Here's it without the hood on. Tell me if you like this one. Tell me which mask you like best. And I am going to get to the Jeremy crap because it's really pissing me off. I think I'm going to finish the video in this one. I haven't worn it in a while and it's one of my favorites. I could see really well through it and it's just cool as hell. Seriously. Very, very comfortable to wear too. One of my favorites. Some random stuff before I get to the Jeremy crap. And honestly, it is a freaking clown world because this guy, the book, there's going to be a book and I'm sure he's going to be featured in it a lot. I'm not reading that book. I'm sorry. I didn't want to be down on the whole community because here's me honestly. And that's what this series is about. It's like 100% real. I mean, this is coming from a madman in a mask on YouTube. But it's 100% real. I'm not against people in the Fandom Menace. Okay? I think the Fandom Menace hasn't accomplished shit. And a book about it is goddamn ridiculous. And I think Jeremy's in EVS's success, it's also bullshit. That's why I feel I'm living in the clown world. Now, does that mean I think I should be on the top? No, I just don't think these assholes should be. Because, do they care about Star Wars? It's on the list. Nowhere near the top of the list. And Jeremy, last night in his video, pretty much admitted as much, saying, I think he gave a whole list of things that are irrelevant. But geeks and gamers, that's what's important. I'll tell you what's really relevant, and maybe I'll do a book out of the Jeremy Griggs playbook and do 50 videos on his one deleted video. And why do I keep bringing that up? Because I got into this game not to replace one bullcrap representation with Collider and Access Media and John Campea, just to replace it with more bullshit. And honestly, we've went to war. So a lot of you viewers out there stuck with me. And we went to war against Lucasfilm, Kathy, and Ryan. And I think we've had a lot of success. And the thing that's the most bullshit in the community right now is Jeremy and Con Artist Pro Secrets. Now, I kind of like EVS's persona. And I think it's a lot more of a show than he actually really is. But they're not trailblazers. They're not. E-begging and exploiting fandom has existed long before them And unfortunately, it will go on long after them. And that's not why I joined up. I've never been with the Fandom Menace. I've never been against the Fandom Menace. I like individual thought, and I like to talk to everybody. I have friends across the board in the Star Wars community. In the Fandom Menace, they don't, even though I don't agree with other Star Wars communities, you give respect to other communities. And I don't think the Fandom Menace gives respect to anyone else except the circle jerk of personalities that they are. And that's all it is a lot of bark, a lot of talk. And honestly, think of Luke in The Last Jedi. It's the simplest thing to do, whatever, and they won't just admit the easiest thing. Take your wallet, throw it like Luke threw his lightsaber in The Last Jedi. The simplest, easiest thing to do is really how to... I will never have the platform that these assholes do, and it's because of the fakery and constant barking, constant shit they upload constantly. Not EVS, but Jeremy? Yeah. And I want to ask you a question. In this episode, I've been rambling a lot, but in this episode, I genuinely want to ask you viewers a question. Now, I'm not against capitalism, but they've been using capitalism as a shield, and political sports teams, the left and the right, they've been exploiting political sports teams for their causes and exploiting them and the culture of the Star Wars communities and comic book communities for their own benefit. When did e-begging become capitalism? Because it's more like they have an access card to the bank of fandom and they're just begging on the streets. And as much as a charismatic guy as EVS is, he wants all the credit for showing all these other comic skaters the way to be successful. I think he's done more damage to Comic Skate. I think he's helped himself personally, but the community, because all he did was teach a bunch of comic pros to just beg all day on the internet with their tip cups open instead of fulfilling and doing their job, which they were already paid for. That's why you're not getting round one of comics so finished, and that's why everything's delayed, and that's why Comicsgate the movement is growing cold, because people that go to work every day supported these projects a long time ago, were eagerly anticipating them. The creators have been sitting so you could tip them more instead of finishing it. They got paid already. They're not worried about putting it out fast. They want to get paid more. And the misuse of funds. That's to fulfill your Indiegogo. That's not to just sit in your bank account. And why do I know that? Because I watched a few EVS streams. I had to take it out of my bank account. That should be set aside for funds. I'm sorry. I don't want to nitpick your personal business, but Indiegogo funds should be for the Indiegogo project, not just always sitting in your bank account so you could go see another Frankie Valli concert or your mortgage and living off of it. Living off the Indiegogo. I think that's why you don't see fulfillment until they start another Indiegogo to pay for the last one, to pay for those perks. That's my thoughts. I'm really disappointed in both movements. I think they're both dead. And it's just become political sports teams just barking at each other. And they're beating a dead horse. A big, dead, woke horse. Everyone knows already. They're saying the same things they've said a year, 2 years ago. And they don't, I think Sci-Fi Dragon made a comment that they're he didn't use the words, but beating a dead horse, they'll never stop because that's their income now. They're going to, he said, will they drag out the culture war after it's already dead? Hell yeah, they will. I think we're already at that point now. Now get back to Jeremy. I told you this is random thoughts. He made a comment. I know me acknowledging you made you hard, but I'm going to go back to ignoring you now. That's the kind of respect that he gives me. When we started out at the same time, he knows who I am. I've been a subscriber more than to him when he was close to 10,000. That's the type of respect he gives to his subscriber. And all I did was I let the people decide. I put a poll on Twitter that asked who is exploiting the fans more, Disney or Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. And it ended up being 50-50. So I'm not alone. I wanted to gauge and see if there's anyone else. I know some of you viewers, a lot of you viewers feel the same as me, but I wanted to see, because I don't have much Twitter followers. If you ever want, I don't like to say subscribe or all that, but if you ever want to personal message me, go on to Twitter, because I respond to everything. But I honestly wanted to see what some people that are not viewers of this channel think. And we're not alone. Am I going to stop making Jeremy videos? Probably not, because he needs a reality check. Like I said, when he bent the knee to Star Wars Explain Alex years ago. And he acts like he's a big alpha male in the community and a trailblazer, and he thinks everything, he basically said in his video yesterday, everything he reports on is irrelevant compared to him. Well, I say the most relevant thing would be your original video and review. And I don't think maybe I'll make a video every day. Not every day, I can't make video every day. Who are we kidding? You know there's gaps in time where I make my videos. But I'll keep making videos until he releases that review. Because I want to see it. I'm still curious to see his original thoughts. Because if you're in this community and you're talking about news, reviews, geek culture, and, okay, that's one thing. All right? Say you report on that. That's fine. Delete a review. Okay. But if you got your start from calling out shills, and he still said, that's why I got on him this week. He was talking about John Campea. I have much more respect for John Campea now than Jeremy. I don't think, he definitely plays the Access Media part. He kisses a lot of Disney butt, but he's trying a little bit harder than he used to, and he's not a hypocrite as much as Jeremy is. And he's not as delusional. Everything's irrelevant except the future of Geeks and Gamers. What bullshit. And I can't believe they're stroking themselves so hard that they're going to put a book out of their accomplishments when they haven't done shit. I should probably stop now before I get even madder. I want to bring Movie Madness back. I don't want to just be talking about this shit, but this is honestly what I'm thinking about before I get ready for tomorrow. There's not that much interesting in movie news right now, and that includes the Rise of Skywalker recent D23 trailer. I watched it, and I was like, oh, what am I going to talk about? I'm so bored by it. If you really want me to talk about it, I will. do a video on that. And then something else I want to include on this channel is, remember when music television, MTV, used to play music videos? Rockin' videos, Beavis and Butthead, all that. I want to do my little part because I'm really getting back into music. And if there's anything good in the entertainment this world, we should applaud it. So I plan on trying to do a track a day when I can, not every day. And starting tomorrow, I want to do a video just saying this is a track I'm really enjoying. Here's the music video. And go check out this band. And I already know who I'm going to put in the first video. So that's my thoughts. I'll see you in the next one.